Welcome to this place called Earth and the project, Somatic Inversions, Behavioral Manipulations. In this short, the somatic exit, how the body knows it's done before the mind can admit it. In this short, we explore and expose the mechanisms that shape behavior beneath awareness. When the body begins to leave without permission, there is a moment near the end of every manipulative relationship, romantic, familial, organizational, or collective, when the body starts leaving before the mind even realizes departure has begun. It happens quietly. Your breath no longer drops when they enter the room. Your shoulders don't soften when they speak. Your spine doesn't orient toward them anymore. Your eyes stop seeking their cues. Your chest doesn't open, it tightens. Your nervous system doesn't feel drawn in, it starts to pull away. This is the somatic exit, a preconscious withdrawal, a bodily refusal, a physiological I'm done long before you're able to admit it. The nervous system leaves first trauma science and interpersonal neurobiology, Porges, Score, Siegel, show that the autonomic nervous system makes decisions seconds to months before cognition catches up. You feel the truth before you can think the truth. This emergence looks like declining energy around the person, irritation replacing empathy, exhaustion replacing hope, numbness replacing longing, silence replacing negotiation, and stillness replacing effort. Your body refuses the bond long before your beliefs allow you to. This isn't burnout. It's liberation beginning inside the physiology. The partner your body stops moving toward, the somatic exit, often begins in relationships where emotional labor outweighs emotional nourishment. At first you leaned forward, then you leaned in, then you leaned less, then you leaned away. Victims in long-term manipulative partnerships describe this moment. I didn't stop loving them, my body stopped tolerating them. Your posture began shifting backwards. Your breath shortened around them. Your vagus nerve refused to open. Your voice softened into survival mode. Your body began reclaiming space. The somatic exit is the body reclaiming itself before your identity feels safe enough to follow. The family system you quietly detach from family estrangement often begins somatically, not psychologically. You answer messages more slowly. You dread the phone call. Your jaw clenches when you see their name. You become too tired to visit. And your gut contracts during holidays. You're not rejecting the person. You're rejecting the elicited state. Your nervous system recognizes what your loyalty, guilt, or conditioning still denies. This connection harms me. The group or workplace. Your body stops performing for in high control groups, toxic workplaces, or demanding institutions. The somatic exit appears as cognitive fatigue, emotional flatness, decreasing participation, losing interest in their approval, subtle rebellion in the nervous system, and vagal refusal to comply. This is why whistleblowers describe knowing something was off long before they allowed themselves to acknowledge corruption. It wasn't a thought. It was a vagal-based withdrawal, a physiological refusal to continue aligning with the system. When a population checks out, societies under sustained manipulation show collective somatic exit patterns: declining trust, chronic exhaustion, emotional disengagement, selective attention, refusal to participate in narratives, and widespread apathy. Historians have documented this during late-stage authoritarian regimes, failing empires, and exploited populations. The people stop fighting, they stop obeying, they stop engaging, not because they've given up, but because their collective nervous system has begun withdrawing from a system that cannot sustain them. A nation can enter somatic exit long before it admits collapse, when the identity is the last to leave. The tragedy of manipulation is not that people stay too long, it's that their body leaves months or years before their mind allows departure. Because identity is loyal, trauma-bonded beliefs resist disconnection, shame holds people in place, cognitive dissonance protects the familiar, fear distorts intuition, and responsibility binds them to the wrong people. But the body knows. It withdraws quietly, strategically, and instinctively. You start losing the ability to stay regulated around them. Your nervous system refuses the environment. Your somatic intelligence starts leading the way out. By the time your mind says, I'm done, your body has already been packing for months. The inversion we were taught. You should leave when you know it's wrong. You stayed too long. You ignored the signs. Why didn't you trust your gut? Why didn't you walk away sooner? So to close this short, this is the inversion. You didn't stay because you didn't know. You stayed because your identity wasn't ready. Your body left long before your mind could. The somatic exit is the deepest truth you have, a truth that begins in sensation long before it becomes a decision. The exit isn't a choice, it's a physiological inevitability trying to become a psychological reality.